So I'm joined with Lily Martins. She is a model out of Utah. She is part of. She is a featured model for Maude Mag. That is how I've heard of you. Shout out to Ashley Salazar and Ernie and all the Maude Mag crew for what they do. And you. So are you originally from Brazil?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's cool. Um, and we'll get to that in a matter of moments. But the first things first, how did you get started as a model? How did it start off for you?
Well, I started modeling really when I was about 15 years old. And I think it was like I won a competition, a photo shoot, and so I went to it and I really liked it. So I said, I kind of want to do this as long term and try it out, My cousin, some people in my family have always been into modeling. My cousin's done pageants and such. And so I figured, hey, why not, drop into the family footsteps. So, I went to the photo shoot and I just kind of started from there. And I kind of got really into it when I signed up with Urban Talent originally when I was about 21 years old. I signed with them. And I was with them for about 5 years. So I did a lot of promotional modeling. I was a Budweiser girl for like 4 years and did a lot of hair shows, modeled for clothing company and just a lot of promo work. And then I kind of got sick of that, having a contract. So I kind of branched out into my own and then just been doing my own thing ever since and just pretty much met amazing people and worked with different magazines and different people all around the state. So, yeah, it's kind of how I started there. So,
So what was it like growing up in Brazil and making that going from Brazil to here in America? What was that like?
well, Brazil is a very different country than here. I mean, I feel like here, people complain about USA, but there's a lot more opportunities here than Brazil. I don't know. Brazil is kind of a poor country for most part. I mean, yeah, there's some part of there's wealth, but it's kind of hard to make it anywhere. So really, I moved here with my family to have a better life, really, and they lived in New York at first, and they needed some help, and I've always was raised by my grandma and my aunt, so I kind of came with them, and I moved here when I was 11 years old, and I've only gone back to visit one time, and I really like it here. I mean, yeah, I can't say, I mean, I guess I like living USA better, but I mean, I'm proud to be Brazilian in my culture, but I just think USA is a much better place for me to live.
It's understandable. I mean, everybody do what they have to do to put themselves in a better position for where they were. Um, Brazil, it's got a nice culture, known for soccer, among other things, and is a nice country. But from your situation, if you want to, take your career somewhere, obviously coming to America is the way to go, and I'm glad things worked out for you, and you are fulfilling your dreams here, and hopefully America ain't too much of a headache, cause this country can be a headache at times. Um, a lot of knuckleheaded people out here, obviously. Um, Now you was featured for Mall Mag, and shout out to Ashley Salazar again. How did you end up being with Mall Mag? Did Ashley reach out to you, or did you reach out to her? Like, how did that came about?
Well, it actually kind of started really her editor that works on her modeling page. We do share for shares, trying to help each other grow our social media. And he's like, yeah, I can help you out. We can do daily shares. And at the time, I had a really big, almost 1 million on my fan page. And unfortunately, Facebook took my fan page away. But he was still nice enough to help me out. And I still have a backup page. So he was like, hey, do you want to be published with Mole Magazine, like be featured? I said, okay, cool. So he's like, talk to Arne, the owner of the magazine. and I'll get to the interview section because he thought it was perfect because, I was Brazilian and it was the World Cup edition. He's like, yeah, we got a future you in it. So I said, okay, cool. Yeah, I can do that. So that's kind of how I got with them because they wanted to feature me because it was the World Cup and it fits perfectly because I'm like a huge soccer fan anyways. And I've always wanted to be published with them, but I just never reached out to them. So it was kind of perfect because I was ready working on a team promoting with Ashley and her editor, and then they just asked me, and I actually have a cover with Maude magazine coming up in March, and it's going to be the carnival theme. So he reached out to me and says, yeah, I'll give you March cover, so it'll be perfect for the carnival because I want to focus about your culture and where you come from. And it's really cool because, I never had that kind of spotlight with bringing my culture into it. So I'm very excited about that.
That's awesome. I'm definitely looking forward to the carnival photo shoot. Maude Mack has come a long way since the beginning, and what started us in America, reaching out to American models, and now they reached out to models all over the world. Then they have a South Africa brand. Shout out to Ernie, very good dude. And I've been affiliated. Well, not me, but this radio show has been affiliated with Maude Mack for 8 years, and the show overall has been around for 11. So just to see it grow and evolve and having models all over the world, that's truly amazing. And someone like you being in the mix is pretty cool, just to not just to get to know the woman per se, but to know the culture and where they came from and things like that. So that's truly amazing. So you mentioned you got the photo shoot coming up and for March. What else you have in store for 2019 that your fans can keep an eye on?
Well, right now I actually have a photo shoot tomorrow for 2 features for a couple other magazines, Motto Thrill Down and Honey Doll magazine. So I have those features coming up. I'm actually doing the photo shoot tomorrow. And then, then I have the one for next year with Mall. And I just plan on pretty much submitting to more magazines and being more active and not giving up. I kind of got discouraged a little bit for a few months when I lost my fan page because I had worked 3 years for that really hard. And it was like Facebook just deleted it, and I never got, I don't know the reason why. And I just put in a lot of thought and work and money into it, and I kind of got depressed for a while. I thought, I was like, oh, I'm not going to rebuild and start over. I mean, I had a backup page, but it's still not the same when you are like so close. Like my goal was so close, I was going to hit 1 million fans, and then it was just taken away from me like that. And now it's like I had to kind of restart over. I mean, my backup page was decent, but it's like I have a long ways to go. So I kind of got myself together and decided, like, hey, what makes me happy? I've been modeling for a long time. It's always been my passion and dream. Like, should I give up or should I keep going? So I kind of pulled myself together. People were talking to me about it, and I didn't give up. I said, okay, I'm just going to do it. I had amazing supporters, models that have helped me. They continue to share me even though their pages are like 5 times bigger to me, and especially Ashley. She shares me every day on her page, so I appreciate Ashley helping me grow as a model and giving me the opportunity to still share me after I lost my fan page. So it kind of took a toll on me, but for 2019, I just want to hit bigger numbers and staying focused and getting published and finding more different work and just staying active and happy.
So speaking of the page, why don't you let the listeners out there know exactly where can they find it, and are you on other social media feeds out there?
Yeah. So I am on Facebook. I do have a fan page. I believe it's like 143K. There's a lot of fake pages out there of me, but it's Lily Martin, and there's 2. The one that I'm using right now is 143K. You can find me. It's just at Lily Martin's, and you can just Google Lily Martin's fan page. And I'm also on Instagram, and it's at Lily Brazil Bombshell. So you can find me on Instagram there. I don't use Twitter, so I'm just using Instagram and Facebook for now. So
I got you. And, as far as, Facebook, I have talked to models throughout the years, and they talk about the struggle it is to have that fan page and hang on to it. And every now and then, there's someone or somebody that wants to, hate, leave negative marks, or report pictures and things like that. And Facebook, they have a trigger reaction, and they just delete people or whatever the case may be, which is very unfortunate. And it's you put a lot of hard work, obviously, and to build that fan base, and and it's unfortunate. But at least you got a backup page, and you got that going for you, and you got help from people like Ashley. So that's pretty encouraging for the most part. So Lily, thank you so much for your time. Continued success in what you do. I'm looking forward to the photo shoot in 2019. Go check her out on Facebook and on Instagram. You got any final words before you head out?
I just wanted to say thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the Maude Magazine family for, taking me in and giving me a feature and giving me cover for March. And just everybody's been amazing. Also, huge thank you to the supporters and fans. I wouldn't be where I am today, and I wouldn't make it if it wasn't for the fans and the supporters. So thank you all so much. I feel very blessed.
You go ahead and enjoy the rest of your weekend, and happy holidays to you.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.